Good morning, my dear students. A warm welcome for today's retail management class. We are into the third chapter. Let us start. When you are making a decision about how best to serve your customers, your own experience is often a better guide than a more sophisticated analysis of the market. I think this is the best quote where you can talk about the Indian market. When you talk about the Indian market, each and every one, no, many of the people, especially with the local market, when you check out, they are really doing well with their own experience. Experience has taught them so many things which where the analysis couldn't do it. When after doing a research ಒಂದು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇರೋರು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಫಸ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೇಸ್, when you are making a decision about how best to serve your customers, your own experience is often a better guide than a more sophisticated analysis of the market. So with this quote, let us start today's session. So we are into the third unit with the retail operations. In the first topic, first concept, we discussed the introduction part of retail operation, the meaning of retail operations, factors influencing location of the store. So with that, in today's session, we will be starting with the another concept, the next concept, that is with the market area analysis and what are the various factors influencing the selection of a region. So let us get into the concept. So when it comes with the market area analysis, so ನಾವು ರಿಟೇಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ನಾವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವು ಆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೌ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್, ಆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. Before starting up a business, you have to have the knowledge of the market, how exactly the market is, who and all are playing a vital role, who are the key players of the market. All this in and out of that particular market has to be studied in detail. So now in that we do even the market like analysis will be done. And when you talk about market area analysis, what it is? See here, it is a technique of analyzing the exact location of the stores to be set up. ಈ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್, right, there are three levels. Because now ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ immediate ಆಗಿ you cannot blindly select a particular place and you cannot start up your retail. You have to do so many analysis. You have to do region wise, you have to do location wise, you have to do site wise. So the main three area analysis where we do when it comes to the market area analysis is, that is with the regional analysis or selection of region. This is the first thing we do. And then we go with the trade area analysis or selection of locality. And then we will be going with site analysis or site evaluation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಏರಿಯಾ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ. See, before going with the concept, I want you all to be very clear with this type of analysis. Means regional analysis means what? Trade area analysis means what? Site analysis means what? Without knowing this difference, you cannot go with that. So when you talk about this particular analysis, you have to be clear with region, locality, and evaluation. That is site evaluation. Andre, region andre, first where you have to start. ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೆದರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸದರ್ನ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಆರ್ ವೆದರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಆರ್ ದ ನಾರ್ಥನ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ರೀಜನ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ regional analysis, you go for, like for an example, this is your country, one particular place. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು region ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ it comes with one particular southern region. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ you go with the southern area. southern area region ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈ southern region ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. So now this you wanted to do. This is your selection of the region. That is, in southern part of India, you wanted to start up the business. So this is your selection of the region. Now, in this, you have to go for selecting the location, trade area analysis. The next, that is, in southern region, where you wanted to start up. You wanted to start up somewhere in Karnataka, right? So when you talk about Karnataka, in Karnataka, again, where exactly? Again, it comes within the Bangalore, right? So ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಒಂದು ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬಂಗಾರಪೇಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಬಂಗಾರಪೇಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಓವರ್ ದರ್ ವೆದರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಂಗಾರಪೇಟೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸದರನ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸದರನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್. ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಈಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಅ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ರೀಜನ್. ಇನ್ ಸದರನ್ ರೀಜನ್ where exactly you wanted to start. In this particular location you wanted to start. Now location select ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. Again in this location where exactly you have to start up. In this site you have to start up your business. Getting my point? So ಒಂದೊಂದು ಏರಿಯಾನು ನೀವು ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಫೈನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ರೀಜನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೊಕ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ. After that, which area it is, in that area, in which site you wanted to start up your business. This is how you have to go for doing the analysis. And when you go for selecting this particular region, there are so many factors when you go for selecting a region. Region and takshana, various factors will be there. Mainly it depends upon what is your product. So sometimes based on the product, you have to think which region you have to go. Whether you wanted to go with the based on the product, you have to think if you wanted to start up a cultivation or agriculture and then start up with the retail, then you have to see what is your crop and what type of climatic condition you want. Based on that, you have to go for selecting the region. Okay. So first we think in each and every analysis, we see what are the various factors which is influencing for the selection of the region, selection of the locality, that is trade area analysis and site analysis. All these three we will be discussing in different head. Now let us see what are the factors influencing for the regional analysis. So the factor influencing the selection of the region. ಒಂದು ರೀಜನ್ ನಾವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. In that, when you check out here, the availability of merchandise. This will be a general factor which influence any type of analysis. Whether it can be trade area analysis or site area, or it can be your regional area. Any type of analysis, first thing is merchandise you have to check out. That is whether your required goods for your particular business are available or not. See, sometimes when you wanted to do some spices food where it will not be available in some of the places. So that particular merchandise ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾಲಿ ಆ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯು ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಜಾಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಕೆಚಪ್, ಏನೋ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್. ಆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. With that, you wanted to, like, only with the usage of the apple, you wanted to go with a juice or some jam or some product, some jelly, some chocolate. But in order to do that chocolate, jam, all these products, the main ingredient is your apple. Then you have to check where this particular apple is available, more in number, easily where it is accessible for you, where it is available for you in plenty. Because now when you're talking about all these products, it can be chocolates or it can be jellies or it can be juice or it can be jam. For all these things, you need more and more apple fruits. So you have to check in which region you get more. Because even ನೀವು ಆಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸದರನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋರ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಇನ್ ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಟು ದಿ ಟಾಪ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಯರ್ ಬೈ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಹಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ somewhere it will be benefited for you, because there the growth, the cultivation of that particular crop is more. So in that easily you will be getting all the requirements of your business. So you have to see, based on that you have to go for selecting, that is whether the availability of merchandise is there or not in your particular area, that we go for thinking. And then here this point is a base, this factor is a base for all the type of analysis it can be. Because when we start up a retail store, we have to make sure it can be the small merchandise or it can be in large scale, whether the availability is there or not, that is very, very important. And next factor when you check out, next factor is with your proximity to the market, the accessibility to the market, whether the market is nearby or not. Why do we concentrate, madam, even we go for global market? Yes, not a issue whether you can go to a global market, because when you talk about a retail, you think about your customers, and you make sure when you do the business, you should first get the product and then you go for giving to the customers, consumers. So ನೀವು ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೋಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಇನ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ. ನಮಗೆ ರಾ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕೋದಕ್ಕೂ ತಗೊಂಬರೋದಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಹತ್ರ ಇರಬೇಕು. Before and after the production, you should have the easy access to the market. This is what we say here, proximity to the market, whether we are nearby to the market. This is very, very important, because we, for everything we go for market is the main area where you whether do the business, we have to be nearby the market. So here in both the angle, before me starting the business, to get my products I should have the market nearby, or after the selling of, like if we want to take the product to the market and reach the customers, it has to be nearby. So we always make sure the market is nearby, it is accessible and theory. And when, if this particular factor, if it is not there, if you're not giving more priority, then ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ you cannot fulfill the demand and supply, and more expenses will be on this accessibility to the market. ದೂರ ಇಂದ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಚೆಕ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮಿಟಿ ಟು ದಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. And next, when you check out is with your infrastructural facilities. This is also very, very important. Infrastructure facilities, if it is good, transportation it can be, roads it can be, it will be helpful for both the people, for retailer as well as for the consumer. ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್, ರೋಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೈಟಿಂಗ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್, ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್, if they are coming into your store, even they should have, excuse me, even they should have all the convenience to come to your particular store or the region. So even the infrastructure facilities matters a lot. When you talk about infrastructure, very road idu irodalla, not only availability, even you have to check with the transport facilities also, whether easy transport facilities are there or not. And next aspect comes with your climatic condition. As I told you in the beginning, it depends upon what type of a product line you are into. What is your main product? Based on that, you can go with the selection of the climatic factor you can consider. See, for some products, the climatic factor will not affect in any way. So that depends upon what, again, an example, if it is your fruits or eatables, something like that, then you have to think about the climatic condition. If you are into the automobiles or the gadgets, then this climatic condition is not that important factor. So it depends what is your product and nature of the product. Sometimes, if you're not like, if you are into the retail sector of woolen products, if you are all warm cloths and things, then you have to check how the climatic conditions, which region. If you are going with only the retail large scale sector of all warm cloths or woolen cloths, it can be at that time raincoats and all, you have to see the climatic condition. Where there is too hot, then you have to take care about your other things. If it is too cold, then your product will be working out, right? So for that, in that way, you think about the climatic conditions also. And the next factor when you check up, it is your government policy. Why do we give so much importance for the government policies? Because we have so many benefits from the side of the government. ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನೀವು ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ದ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೇವ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 10,000 ವಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ವೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮೀನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನಡೀತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡೈಲಿ ವೇಜಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಿ ಆ ಡೈಲಿ ಡೇ ಟು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅವರು ಬದುಕು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ವೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೆ ಒಂದು 10,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾಂಡಮಿಕ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ like that when you start up a retail sector or a retail store or a business you will be getting so many benefits from the government for both the parties ನಮಗೂ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ many people what they do no they start up the business in the outskirt ಅಥವಾ if you start up in the northeastern region there the tax benefit also will be there and they get more benefits for the business people or for any trading activity they get more benefits from the government. Sometimes the marketing activity will be done by government, right? So here you have because and that time when you are into northeastern region if you select that particular region at that time you will be getting the tax holidays over there. So we even think where in which region if I start up what are the government benefits I get policies what it is even that you have to check out. That is one is one angle I told. The other angle also if you have to check out is in which way like if you have some on particular business if you are into there will be government separate rules and regulations whether that will be applicable for you or not even that has to be taken care over there that is related to the government policies. And if you are into one particular underdeveloped region and all no the tax rate will be comparatively less. There will be more exemptions given over there. Okay, so for that benefits we have to even think about the government policy factor. And next factor when you check out the subsidies and sales tax exemption as I told over there. Generally the benefits will be given like underdeveloped regions all this and northeast regions. This side what happens where you will be getting more and more benefits there. So in order to enjoy that benefits, in order to get exempted from the payment of tax and to enjoy some benefits, you based on this policies, rules and regulations also, you go for selecting the region. And the government policy and subsidies, no, this factor even it influence for trade area analysis as well as for the site evaluation. Because if you are in the main city if you are in the heart of the city metropolitan city ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ರೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು 60/90 60/70 ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಶಾಪ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the same site will be 15,000 rent in Bangalore. In Bangarpet when you compare with the same you will be getting for 7,000 or 8,000 or within 10. So there will be a lot of difference. Even tax rate also will be differing from town to city. So when it comes to the site evaluation, even this factor will be influencing. Even trade area analysis also this factor will be influencing. Okay. So this factor you have to remember when it comes even for the selection of trade area as well as even with the site evaluation. Okay. So these are the some of the factors which are influencing for the selection of the regions. Now let us see the next concept. Next when you talk about the trade area analysis. See now region how you select I have told. Now in that region in which areas trade in which particular location you wanted to in which community you wanted to start the retail sector or the operational activity. See deciding on the store location is to select a particular locality or community within the selected region. It means taking decision regarding it can be your urban area, it can be your rural area, it can be your suburban area. Now you got the region. In region you have to start up with the store location. So deciding on the store location is to select a particular locality or community within the selected region. It means taking decision regarding these elements, whether you are into urban area, whether into rural area or whether you are into suburban area. So just now I told the suburban and urban there's a lot of difference there again. All this I told you example of town and city. Town ಗೂ city ಗೂ ತುಂಬಾ difference ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಏರಿಯಾ ನಾವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ ಯಾವ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. When you check out the factors determining the locality, determining the selection of a locality, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ರೀಜನ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೊಕ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದ ಲೇಬರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ವೇಜಸ್, because nowadays I told retail is growing into a large scale, right? When they are, we give more importance for the employees to work in the retail sector. So here what happens, we want more number of laborers who can work in our particular retail sector. So in wanted to select one particular region, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ರೀಜನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಲೇಬರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, and how the wages you have to pay to them, because this wages, salaries and all, no, it depends on the area, in which area you are doing your trading activity. If you are into city, you have to pay them more. If you are into town, you can pay them less. If you are into urban, you have to, ಅದೇ city town ಅನ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ, urban ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೂರಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಬ್ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ somewhere in between ಅಂತಾನು ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, right? So here you have to check out with the labor and availability of the wages factor. And next, because ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ನೀವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರೇ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So you have to check out whether you will be easily getting the laborers or not. And next is community facilities. When you talk about this community facilities, you have to check in that particular locality you will be having all the facilities or not. Whether you have the market facility, transport facilities, right? Or the people, it can be, even it can be the water supply, water facilities, infrastructure, power, crime rate, all these things like police, hospitals, all these things is available or not. A particular group of community in that location, whether the other facilities are available or not. And when it comes with the other factor, the community attitudes, and next factor is personal factor and emotional factor. This also plays a vital role. This factor also plays a vital role. When it comes with the community attitude, you see in that location what is the behavior of the customers, what is the behavior of the people. See, as I told many times in the previous classes, I would have told you all, when it comes with the Bangarpet and Bangalore, there is lot of comparison. Bangarpet community people is totally different attitude when it comes with the Bangalore attitude, right? So when you start up a mall or a Pizza Hut in Bangarpet, it may not work as success as in Bangalore, because here the attitude of the people is different when it compare with the Bangalore. Bangarpetiliruvanಥ community, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು people, the group of people who resides in Bangarpet, their behavior will be different, because even Bangarpet people will go for pizza. It's not that we are not having pizza antala, we go for it, but once in a while, okay, we enjoy, but not daily, not every weekend. Getting my point? But what our mentality is, let us go for once in a while. It's not good. ನಾವು health conscious ಆಗು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. Generally, we don't go for preferring. But the people, if you are those who are in Bangalore, they are ready to have daily. Their attitude is different, right? So even you have to check when you're starting up a retail whether your particular product will suit the attitude of the community or not. That is also very, very important. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಿ ಜನರಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಜೋಕ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ he started a barber shop, a saloon, okay, a haircut shop ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, and he didn't have much business there. Why? Because he started with the in Punjab ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, where there is more sick people, right? ಅಲ್ಲಿ sick ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ they don't go for a haircut. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀನ್ ಸ್ಪಾ ಸಲೂನ್ ನಾನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ಹೇರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಔಟ್, right? So even you have to check out, if you wanted to start up a retail sector, you have to check with the community attitude and the people how they are over there, and the emotional factors. As I told, this emotional factor, it is very, very important. If it is in metropolitan cities, the emotional factor will not work more. Ali people will be very mechanical and practical. Anytime they don't feel like, if they don't feel like cooking at home, no problem, go for the fast food. But when it comes with a town or a suburban, rural, there the emotional factors will be different. So even this has to be considered when you go for selection of a location. And the main thing is you go for checking with your banking facilities. See, banking facilities also you can think in two ways. In order to withdraw as well as the deposits. Transaction ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಡೈಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಅಂತ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ನ ನಾವು ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಲೋನ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಸಿಗೋದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ generally what happens where the retail store is situated, in that area only you can try to get more financial benefits from the financial uh, sector like banking institutions it can be. Because if you ನೀವು ಇರೋ ಏರಿಯಾ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಲೋನ್ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಜುರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಐ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲೋನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ವೆದರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. And next is existence of supporting stores, that is also very very important. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ರಿಟೇಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ವೈಫೈ ಫ್ರೀ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ವೈಫೈ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ದಿ ಫ್ರೀ ವೈಫೈ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಗುಡ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಓವರ್ ದರ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂತ ಸಬಾರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಬ್ components, elements, retail producers or suppliers with are ready or not, that you have to check out. When it comes to supporting stores, it can be supporting accessories for your main product, whether that is available or not, you have to check out. If you are starting a retail sector, you have to check whether the suppliers, the distributors are available or not in that particular location. This way also you can think about the supporting stores. And next concept you think here, next point factor, local tax and restrictions. Because when you have more burden, ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, tax ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, because municipal, it depends upon the municipal area, based on that only your tax rate, rent, everything depends. So even you have to think about that. If you are into initial stage retail starter, then if you have to pay more tax, it will be a burden for you, because still you have not established well in the market. So even you have to think with the local tax restrictions for procedures, guidelines, everything has to be checked when it comes with the location, selection of a location. And next comes with the water supply and any other historical issues. Just think, okay. Water supply, that is an again main thing, because for everything you require water. So that basic facility also is available or not in that particular location has to be checked. And historical issues, that is, if you have anything in that particular area, if you have some historical places over there, sometimes it will be benefited for the retail store if you are into the department store, or if you are into fast food, or if you are into hotel sector. So even you go for thinking whether any historical issues will be there, or if any historical positive, like any particular places which can go for giving you more business, even that has to be checked over there. So these are the factors which determines the selection of a location, that is with the trade area analysis. Okay. So with this, I'll be ending today's session. In today's session, we discussed with the market area analysis, in that the three technical analysis, that is with the regional analysis, trade area analysis, and the site evaluation or the site analysis. In that we discussed with the factors influencing the selection of region, factors influencing selection of location. In next class, we will be discussing with the next topic. Okay. So with this, I'll be ending today's session. Hope you had a nice, you'll be having a nice day. Stay home, stay